What's up, World Wide Web? E Daddy back in the house. We're going to try this for a third time to get that Birdman off the docket. We ain't got to deal with him again. And for anybody and everybody that went through and tried to watch last night, I do apologize. Kids are a lot of fun and cause a lot of hell, but we still love them. No, not that Birdman, which he needs to be fried too. Or wait a minute, he probably was. So tonight we're going to end the debate on how worthy was Stratos to be a member of the Masters of the Universe. How worthy was he? Was he a worthy one? Or is he worthless? It is the debate. Because most time when you've seen him, you're right. There should be no debate about this. However, I do know that there is somebody else that will probably want to argue this. That was here earlier on the chat log and apparently has disappeared on me again. But anyways, originally, and for the third time I'm going to have to do this. God, I should have marked this. I marked this damn page. Proof positive. Start out with there's Stratos right there, crouching down beside Skeletor. Man was originally supposed to be a villain. I think the only cool thing about the 2000 Echoes was the fact that the voice, they made him sound like Sean Connery. We know it wasn't Sean Connery, but god damn, they did a hell of a good job. Whoever voiced him, excellent fucking job on making him sound like Sean Connery. But yes, he was originally supposed to be a villain, but they changed it after that first original mini comic. I like that. I was an evil warrior when I was a kid. He was Beastman's bitch, lackey. That's pretty good right there. I already showed you, where he was spotted, being with the evil warriors. After that, they decided to make him a long-time ally of He-Man. Could soar great heights and distances. Now, and I think this was like my cutoff last night, and both times I tried to do this episode, he wore weapons on his wrist that projected streams of flame. Now, I looked at this book about the characters, and that's exactly how it was worded. That those weapons on his wrist projected streams of flame. For the third time in a 24-hour period, I'm going to get to make this joke. Guess we could say that Stratos was the original OG Masters Flamer of the group. Whether he was a hero or he was a villain, he was the Flamer. Come on, Ruddy. You know you want to go in with this. There it is. In the closet with Man-at-Arms. Last night I was waiting for you. Knew you was going to have something to say about it. I knew tonight would be a great time for you. 82 DC Comics, they portray him as being the leader of the bird people of Avion. Was not a member of the Masters Universe. And he was basically called into action whenever discovered he had one of the three talismans that the Masters were looking for. Porno stash Man-at-Arms. And at some point we will get to doing Man-at-Arms. I think I said last week I was going to do it in 2 weeks. I'm going to hold off on the MAA review. But I'll get more about that later on. So after he went on, he got called in action to help search for the other two talismans. Decided to join them on their adventures to find them. Was not one of the masters. The 83 Filmation line portrayed him as a kind and noble leader, respected by his people, that he willingly sacrificed himself for. All right, we'll give one good mark there, I guess. He's still on a negative thing here, especially with the whole jetpack thing. Was guardian of both the staff and the egg of Avion, and was not often summoned into battle to help the heroes, mainly because, let's face it, they needed people on the ground, not in the air. Now, go to the 83 minis. His ability to fly came from the magic of the Emerald Staff of Avion. I always knew wrestling would come into this one of these days. If the staff was ever removed from Avion, he lost his ability to fly. Maybe that's why he really needed the jetpack. We'll get that later. 83 minis, we do get introduced to his wife, Delora, who did rule Avion by his side. So maybe he was like Tom Cruise and just had the wife as a showpiece? Just saying. Well, on this, it said wife. Now, later on, we'll see about the whole sister thing, which goes into a whole new territory. There it is. The incest on Eternia. Waiting for that one. The 83 Ladybird Brooks. Boy, talk about a buzz killer on this one. Him and his wife carried a pair of rings that would glow whenever they were in close proximity to one another. I guess that was a warning for Stratos. Like, oh crap, the wife's around. Quick, man at arms, get away, get away, get away. Yep, I went there. Saved you the time on that one, Ruddy. I went there. The 84 UK World Annuals, pretty much same as other canons. Now, he had a sister that was married, and that was married and was the cousin to the Birdman, Syracuse. Man, I'll tell you what, UK came up with some weird ass names for his shit. 84 German audio plays, pretty much also followed with other, with previous canons, as well as a few little minor details. Here we go. He served as a scout for the heroes. That's the only thing they can find for him to do. It's like, all right, dude, search the skies. We ain't got no use for you on the ground. Just search the skies, dude. Maintained a friendly rivalry with Mechanic. The two often bickered like a married couple, but they were also good friends. It ain't Men-at-Arms he was having the weird affair with. It was Mechanic. He liked that extendo neck there. Still married to Delora, doing the whole closeted gay thing. But now in this one, they had 2 kids. Still in that Tom Cruise frame of work here. Yeah, it's a marriage for show, and was the kids real or were they adopted? Just saying. The 84 German Interpark Condor Comics. This is where I had on the next Mari. Who's these kids' real father? Is it Stratos or is it the Beast Man? Uh, he was being depicted as being the last of the bird people after Skeletor destroyed the cloud that gave the bird people the power of flight, and they all plummeted to their deaths. Looks like they missed one. He must be on the ground with either Mechanic or Man at Arms. Just saying. Why didn't he plummet to his death? They should have plummeted. Yeah, they should have. They should have flapped their arms faster. All right. The UK comic mags often paired him with Buzz Off, and they would patrol the Eternian skies together. Boy, Stratos got around. Saint, face it, he was the flying Boy Scout who patrolled the skies with and had multiple partners. or whistle for a damn Wind Raider. Where is Johnson to go through and defend Stratos tonight? He was here earlier. Tell him it's gonna be a few minutes. So after that, we'll go to the Ruddy's favorite section, the 2000X series. Here he was depicted as being a longtime member of the Masters who served with King Randor in the early days. Boy, I hope I'm not going to offend anybody about this next one, but does that mean Stratos was a Catholic priest? Just saying. Established that his wings was part of the bird people's natural bodies, so they were natural in that series. Now, any other series, it always looked like there was a ring and the wings were coming off the wings like they weren't natural. So basically, if the wings got injured, no flying for Stratos. Once again, since I don't have a 2000X Stratos, I got this bust. Goes explain the jetpack. After, let's see, was working to preserve an uneasy alliance between the bird people of Yon and the bee people of Adrenos. Dude, good question. That explains the glow rings that came with, like, the vintage Triclops and Trapjaw. Damn. Ruddy, you have figured that one out. After Skeletor attempted to manipulate both races to go to war, Stratos and Buzzoff set their differences aside in order to fight alongside with the Masters. He did play an important part in securing an alliance with the Kulatax of the Ice Mountains. I know I'm pronouncing that wrong. It's been a year since I watched any of the 2000X series. And, of course, his voice was based off of that of the all-time great Bond himself, one Sean Connery. Now, go to the comics that followed the 2000X series, the MVC comics. He was. They depicted, his rise to the throne of Avion, so he wasn't the ruler or anything like that. Revealed what he looked like underneath his helmet, with long, dark gray hair, big, large eyes, and no earlobes. The helmet apparently was that of his father. After surviving an attack on their village, he and his sister Hawk went there and gathered the remaining bird people. In an effort to find a new home, they set out in search of the golden egg of their ancestors. Once again, wrestling's going to come in, and there we know where that song really is supposed to be going for there, Rudy, that Naomi uses. cannot believe it took me this long to see that comment sitting there and actually for it to click on my head what was the two. When they founded their new kingdom of Avion on the spot where they would discover the golden egg of their ancestors. Right? Exactly. They should have went into, if they were looking for a golden egg so bad, they should have went into Willy Wonka's factory, which goes to tell me one thing. That's where the golden geese went running off to. That's where his ancestors went. Willy Wonka didn't go to some weird lands. No, he went to fucking Eternia, swiped all the damn eggs. And the geese. They weren't bird people, they were goose people. So we'll look at the 2008 Classics canon, which was basically a blended mix of other canon to make a cohesive biography. All right, there's going to be no review for that comment. It's going to get shown. Right on. The Oompa Loompas were the widgets. See, all this is starting to make a lot more sense now. Well, should have known. The two were connected. You know, basically, with the canon they went through and mixed it all up to give a cohesive biography for Stratos of the House of Avion. I cannot word this in any other way because that's actually how I read it out of the book, and I was like, all right, I'm putting that on there. The dude fought and actually died in the second Ultimate Battleground. But he was one of the several warriors resurrected during the Great Reawakening, thus making him, if you want to go by it, and no one wanted to go to his funeral, which explains why he probably got reawakened, which thus makes him either A Deadite. Yep. Shout out to my homie Sam Raimi. Or he was a walker. Shout out to Robert Kirkman on that one. Exactly. Easter is coming, the season of the zombies. Yeah, and I'm going to be like seriously trying to catch up on my, or not catching up on it, be watching The Walking Dead here shortly. Reassumed his role of leader of Avion when his sister decided to step down to do other things outside of Eternia. Nothing important. So Sis like, you know what, I ain't fucking with this reanimated fucker. Here, take the throne back. I'm going elsewhere. Now, in the 2012 DC Comics, they depict him as being the king of Avion and helped He-Man and the Masters when needed. Where was he at whenever He-Man and the Masters got their brains wiped by Skeletor and Orko pulled his bullshit? Real useful there, fucker. He was trained by the Sky Masters of Avion and seemed to be able to fly on his own. Now that one, I never did not show him, did not depict him as having a jetpack. I looked through the comics. I looked. He was already master when Prince Adam was 12 years old, making him one of the oldest members next to Buzz-Off and Man-at-Arms. Unlike MVC, he had short gray hair and smaller eyes under his helmet. He went through and he assisted King Randor on a mission in Subternia and knew the legend that Subternia consisted of 6 circles. While in Subternia, he did get to see the Circle of Sky, which connected all the circles together. Later, when He-Man became king, he confided with Stratos that he would not accept the kingship until Eternia was free. And after Eternity Wars, he was Adam's confidant when they discussed making Grayskull a safe haven for all. All right, so we took a look at the character background. Fortunately, my vintage Stratos does not look all that great. The dog has gotten a hold of it. The face paint's come off. The wings disappeared. But, well, you know, jetpack with it. This is one of those figures that it is hard to find. So he was getting on with Adam, too. Boy, Tila must have been really pissed off if she finally realizes that one. They didn't even care about the figure too much because I ain't seen one of these yet that had a decent set of legs on here, which goes tell me that the toy Man-at-Arms or Mechanic was getting it on with this one at some point or another, because you can't find a worthy set of legs on any of these anywhere. Face paint stuff all comes off. Too many shots to the face. But this is where I'm going to agree. This had been one of the most blandest figures and toys in the Masters line, vintage-wise. He didn't come with anything except for his wings that would snap off, and you'd lose them after a while, and the jetpack. That was it. He didn't have no blasters, and even on the classics figure, it was the same way. It did not come with anything. Just the wings that were already on him and his jetpack. Now, if you wanted to get the Staff of Avion with your classics figure, you had to buy Icer in order to get it. I've got Icer. This is not going to stay with Icer. It's actually going to stay with the one Stratos I have kept. I don't have the gray Stratos. I've got an Anti-Eternia Stratos that's got the blue wings and the blue jetpack. Want to see it? Yes or no, Ruddy? But I do. All right, hang on. This bust was based off the 2000X series Stratos. Like I said, I don't have a 2000X one. I've talked about them enough. Yeah, while the sculpts were great on them and everything, too statuesque really for me, which is why these two right here stay right where they're at in the box. Kept threatening to send this to Johnson. Never have gotten around to it. Now, Super 7 went through and they made early on a mini comic variant of Stratos. Did all right with the sculpt, as far as, basically different coloring to Beastman's body and chest hair and all that crap. But like the wings here, and hang on. Yeah, you still do have a box to get out to me. I'm not forgiving you for that one, by the way. All right, I'm going to pull out the Anti-Eternia Stratos, which was made off of a regular classic Stratos. Wings and everything, good, stiff rubber and everything. Not that big of a deal. And actually, most of the joints weren't too bad on this. Oh, I know, Ruddy. I know it'll be worth it. So then we get this, and right off the bat, he can't even hold his damn staff upright. Halftime, it's like, nah. He's limp-wristed. Damn wings, you gotta check these things. Hang on, I've got this damn egg of Avion thing out of the damn way. Now, while it was cool, because, the legs and everything had the little clicking joints, the wings, halftime, they'd spin pretty freely to where you had a hard time keeping them in place. And the rubber, that they made the shit off was so damn flimsy, it could be easily broken. Same goes for the little chest piece. Actually, the little thing around his neck seems to be of a little bit more durable, thicker material than the damn wings. Now, they did a fantastic job, with sculpt and everything, making him look pretty close to what he's supposed to look like in the mini comics, and actually not as shiny as a lot of other figures. See, look, he still wants to be limp-wristed. Like he's trying to go there and jack himself off. But it did have the clicking joints in the knees and ankles and all that. So overall, it wasn't too bad of a figure. But that's right. He's been attending a sausage fest way too many times. I mean, in all honesty, like I said, I didn't mind the. Notice this Stratos does not have no jetpack. Everyone after that, jetpack. What the fuck? I was telling you, like, that dude didn't know how to fucking fly. He needed that jetpack. Wings were just to help him so he could save or preserve on fuel. I'm not even going to rate these today. I really ain't, because, I mean, yeah, the regular classic Stratos, it didn't come with shit. And I just now realized who caught it. A.E. Stratos. He then said, fuck this review. I'm having a beer. Dude, did you see the trailer for the live-action Dora the Explorer? Hell's frozen over. I said they didn't give any of the toys like any accessories for him at all. He really had no use other than, okay, he could fly, whether he could do it naturally or he needed that jetpack. Majority of the time, he needed the jetpack. I don't even know if my kids will. Of course, I don't know. I haven't really talked to them too much about it. They're seemingly liking the older shit nowadays, so I doubt Dora will even be mentioned in this house. Now, I like to bash on Super 7, and this is going to be no different. Basically, their mini comic redo. Well, no, I mean, yeah, he was. He was the only. Stratos is the only figure in the vintage line that actually did not come with any kind of accessory, unless they were considering his jetpack as a damn accessory. What a crappy accessory! Let's face it, this is nothing more than a repaint, a redo of the one Mattel did. Except they went through and they used cheap rubber for the wings, and instead of giving him the jetpack, they gave him the little neck piece and added the little thing around his belt. Other than that, same figure, just kind of a little bit cheaper feeling, to be honest. And it's just because of the damn cheap ass rubber shit that they used. You're right, Ray. They did the same thing because let's face it, the one thing Stratos did have that we ever seen him with in any of the comics or cartoons was this or this. This had to come with the mini comic 3-pack that Super 7 did for PowerCon, and this came with another character altogether. He was the one figure that basically he got the screw job. So, was he worthy? Not really, because in all honesty, the only thing he did was he flew around, he scouted. Hell, half the Masters did that in the damn Wind Raider. Occasionally you'd see him, battling up in the skies against some of Beastman's winged creatures. But hell, as the canon shows, they ain't really use him for a whole lot. He was more or less just, he was there for the bird people. That's like trying to say, shit, I'm losing my damn memory. King Shubla was a member of the Masters. Was he? No. So Stratos gets to be one? What the fuck? That'd be like saying also, oh, hang on, let's look at the wall here. Stratos was a member. Hell no, he wasn't. And he had more abilities than Stratos. Hell, Buzz-Off, he flew around the skies too. He had weapons. He had usefulness. You got to see it. Chief Carnivus, there's another one. Hang on. Sword Shield. Was he a master? No. But he had more things to do. So like I said, some people ain't gonna like this one. Because being perfectly honest, Stratos really didn't have much use as a master in the Masters universe. He should have been in that category like Chief Carnivus, King Shubla, Stratos, the damn cook. And he was just put him off to the side. He's a side character. He didn't need to be a master. So anyways, that's my review of some of the toys we've gotten. And a look at the Stratos canon. And I'm sorry to those who may not like this opinion, but he was not worthy. He was honestly the most useless of all of them. Hell, for what he did, hell, they had a damn Wind Raider for that shit. Next week's still up in the air. Now we mentioned Battlecat. I'm kind of thinking about actually doing the whole Battlecat thing next week, but actually that's not the case. If everything goes right, I'm going to go through and I'm going to talk about, because I supposedly have got it coming. Somebody thought I needed one. We're going to take a look at the Filmation Grizzlor from Super 7. Yeah, somebody thought I needed it. Somebody wanted to see the Angry Motu guy go back to his angry ways. I think tonight they need to watch this one. Anyways, I'm E-Day, the Angry Toy Guy. Till next week, everybody keep on collecting. Unless it's this guy. I'm out.